Hi, I'm Nan Simonson. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I am with a group that I call PowerPoint. The group name is no. I call this session PowerPoints, and it's points of interest as it relates to lifestyle as medicine. And a group meets, and we talk about subjects that I usually do some research on, and then present this way, and then we look at what resonates and what makes sense and what applies and anything else we feel like talking about. I am as I said, health and wellness coach. I wrote Aging Powerfully. This is the foundation upon which I stand. It is, I consider, a reference guide. It is a memoir. You read this, you look at me, and you know more about me than maybe you want to. But it says a lot about where I was early on and where I am now. And more importantly, more than two-thirds of it is a reference to 9 pillars, 10 pillars of lifestyle as medicine to help us age decades longer than I'm going to say the standard American way of living will lead us to, simply because it focuses on the things that make a difference in our life. And one of the things that makes a big difference in our life is our ability to, hmm, to manage stress and to do even more than just manage it, but to add joy in our life. In other words, to be happy. And there are circumstances in our life that interfere with happiness. There are tragedies, there are losses, and those must be acknowledged and honored, given place in our heart and our head, or they sit and smolder, and that doesn't work well. But we all have a happiness set point, and when we are in between things that shake us to the core, let's say, things we have to deal with that are really hard, um, we tend to come back to a happiness set point, and I'm here to say we can raise that and we can create happiness in our lives. So I'm going to talk about how this evolves creating positive habits and mindsets, and I have 10 strategies here that may help. Let me start with number one, practicing gratitude. And you're going to say, oh, that again. Well, yeah, that again. It is a habit and it is a strategy. Regularly acknowledging the good things in our life can be done through journaling or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on what we're grateful for. I recently read something, and the author wrote these words: cultivate abundant enoughness. Isn't that wonderful? Abundant enoughness, because unfortunately, many people, many of us, can live our lives looking at what we don't have as opposed to the fact that we have enough to be happy, to be content, to enjoy what we have, to feel joy. Um, so the idea of cultivating abundant enoughness in life and and being able to mm, pull up gratitude, looking at things in light of what they are rather than what they aren't, can help remind us that we are blessed. Number two, foster relationships. Build and maintain meaningful relationships. Spend time with family and friends, and nurture connections that bring you joy and support. Consider monthly, weekly, or daily meetups with certain people. Tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to this, tomorrow I have 3 friends coming for lunch. We met, no, it's not for lunch, it's tea time. It'll be at my house, it's tea time, it's 3 in the afternoon. When did we last meet? We met a month ago for tea time. Prior to that, we hadn't met for 2.5 months. And when we were together last month, we all said we have to do this sooner. And I said, I'll tell you what, let's do it in a month. We all opened up our calendar and put it down. And it seems like it was just yesterday that we just met, but no, it's been a month. And I'm so looking forward to having these people and having our connection. So may I recommend that to you? May I recommend the idea of setting up a regular meeting time? It can be months and months, but something that gets put in advance as a date in our calendar, because life tends to fill up all the slots with the little stuff, and quite often the big things like connectedness don't have a place. Embrace Love 2.0. And if you haven't heard me talk about it, I'll say it one more time. Love 2.0. The book was written by Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, and her point is that micro moments of connectedness with strangers even can fill our heart, fill our soul, and give us the kind of joy that we could get from much more intimate relationships. But because they're micro moments with even strangers, we can have them far more often. So cultivate and then embrace the idea that micro moments of connectedness are still love. Love 2.0. Love 1.0 would be with our kids, with our husbands, with, well, you know, what we've always thought it to be. Number 3, engage in physical activity. And now you're thinking, gosh darn it, Nan, do you always have to bring that up? I absolutely always have to bring that up. Regular exercise releases endorphins and improves overall well-being, as well as blood flow to your brain. Think of this: everything you think, everything you feel, your emotions, and therefore how they affect the rest of your body. Think of that gut tightening feeling that you get when you're scared or anxious or sad or disappointed. Think of that rush of adrenaline you get when you are um, well, lonely, and that may not be a rush, but it affects your adrenals. And so it does cause that release of adrenaline that then puts you in fight or flight mode, which means the rest of your body doesn't work well. That's blood flowing to your brain. That's brain health, all of which is enhanced by uh, exercise, by movement. We need it every day. As a matter of fact, if you ever find yourself sad, try getting a big glass of water and walking around the block. Get out in the light, get out in nature. People's grass works just fine. And see if that doesn't improve things. Find an activity you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. And again, as often as you can, spend time outside, outdoors. Number 4, pursue your passions. Engage in activities and hobbies that you are passionate about. This can provide a sense of accomplishment and joy. So stop right now. I'll stop, except that I can't stop talking because I have a point to make, and encourage you to consider, if you don't have one that right now you can put your finger on, consider what you can get passionate about and consider making time for that in your life. And how do you do it? You open up your calendar and you just put it down there. Number 5, mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness or meditation can help reduce stress and increase your awareness of the present moment. Pay careful attention to your mindset and how you, and I'm choosing my words carefully, how you choose to filter or interpret your experiences. In other words, practice positive reframing. Number 6, help others. Acts of kindness and helping others can boost your mood, and increase your sense of purpose. Try just being more friendly. And this is part of Love 2.0. Try acknowledging others. Try finding anything, look for it, that you can acknowledge a person for, even if it's, well, not only even, if it's from their shoes to the bow in their hair to the color of their hair. Just recently, I was at the store and a woman's bright purple hair really stood out. And I said, "That is an amazing color. You look beautiful." And you know what? I wouldn't have purple hair. That's because I'm a chicken and I don't want to do all that to it. But that doesn't mean that I didn't think she looked beautiful. She looked amazing. 7, set goals. Have clear, achievable goals that can give you direction and a sense of progress. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. And again, you're not in the right frame of mind. You're not feeling your best. There's no equanimity at the moment. Stop and think about what you've accomplished recently, any size accomplishment. And bask in that feeling. Perhaps on a nightly basis, every night when you go to bed, recount any progress or any achievement or any joy or any newness or anything that made that day worthwhile. Recount it. You'll hear more about another way to acknowledge that. Is that even on my list? No, it's not. How unusual for me not to have written and consider journaling. Journaling is a great way to remember those moments that you want to acknowledge your purpose, your successes, your fears, your reality, just to get them out of your head. Number 8, self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. We can go back and look at what I've just talked about, but let's put that all into this bucket. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. This includes adequate sleep. It includes eating healthy. It includes managing stress. It includes prioritizing sleep. Prioritize joyful moments and experiences and create them, like I'm doing tomorrow, tea time, like spontaneous dancing. You've got some great music on, you drop everything and you get ridiculous, or you just do it in an elegant, wonderful, everyone's watching way. Any way you do it, those moments, like walking in nature, are things that can evoke contentment. And contentment is also happiness. Number 9, positive thinking. Challenge negative thoughts. And I'll say it again, challenge them. That's all part of that creating happiness mantra. Challenge negative thoughts and focus on positive outcomes. Surround yourself with positivity, whether it's people, whether it's environments, or content. We can find joyful and happiness-based content if we look for it. Redefine what goodness is throughout the day. And then number 10, learning and growth. Continuously seek to learn and grow. This can be through reading, taking courses, exploring new experiences and discoveries, and taking in life, just taking it in for all it's got to offer. Let's remember that happiness is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for another. We are all different, but people tend to have, as I said, a happiness set point, and most importantly, we can change our set point through awareness of things that make us happy. The good news is that our happiness is up to us. The good news is that our happiness is up to us. A great man once wrote, most folks are about as happy as they make up their mind to be. If I could hear all of the people I've put on mute, I bet I'm hearing the name of the author of that statement. That was Abraham Lincoln. Most folks are about as happy as they make up their mind to be. Thank you, President Lincoln. And that's all I have to say. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends that there are resources for growth, and in this case, PowerPoints of lifestyle medicine leading us to longer life through, well, teaching, training, as well as living. Have a great day. I know I'm going to. And again, thank you for joining. Bye-bye.